Good afternoon, I'm TK, and this is TK's video blog. Good to have you with us, good to see you all again. Welcome. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's get right down to business, shall we, and review our movie of the day. This week's movie is Won't You Be My Neighbor? Won't You Be My Neighbor is a documentary-style movie about the life, the legacy, and the guiding philosophy of Fred Rogers, who created and hosted Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. The movie features interviews with Joanne Rogers, Fred Rogers' wife, Frances Scarborough Clemens, Yo-Yo Ma, Joe Negri, David Newell, who played Mr. McFeely on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and Lainey Crozier, Fred Rogers' sister, who some believe is the inspiration behind Lady Elaine. The movie is directed by Morgan Neville, and a little bit of trivia for you. The trailer for the movie premiered on March 20th, 2018. That would have been Fred Rogers' 90th birthday. Pretty cool, right? The movie's an interesting movie. It's a documentary-style movie about the life, the legacy, and the guiding philosophy of Fred Rogers. It features interviews from all the people I named. It actually features some interviews from some more people who I didn't name, such as Mr. Rogers' two sons, and some other production staff of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and other people who knew Fred Rogers or who knew of him or who interviewed him, people like that. It also features archival footage of Mr. Rogers himself talking, so that's a nice element to the movie as well, to hear him talk. Even though it's archival footage, it's still interesting to hear him talk and give his thoughts, and it actually fits quite well in the movie with all the other interviews. Now, there are two quotes in the movie that really stood out to me, and I'm going to share them with you. The first one is, the movie opens with Fred Rogers sitting at a piano, and he talks about modulation, going from one note to the next note. He says sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder, and he said that's what he believes his job was, to help children modulate from one stage of their life to the next, from one area of their life to the next. And I think through his show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, he did that quite well. The second quote I'm going to share with you is, expect to make mistakes. The quote essentially is saying, expect that you're going to make mistakes, expect that you're not perfect, but that you're perfect just the way you are. Even if you make mistakes, everybody makes mistakes. That fits very well with Mr. Rogers, because Mr. Rogers always ended each episode by saying that he likes us just the way we are. And others can like us just the way we are, even though we make mistakes. Now, the movie, the music in it was quite good, the lighting in it was quite good, all the interviews made sense, and I think they fit in with Mr. Rogers, what he was about, and I think as well that the movie had a very positive and uplifting message. The director, Morgan Neville, my hat is off to her. I think everything flowed in the movie, everything fit. I think it was a very good movie overall. What would I give it out of 10? I think I'd give it a 10 out of 10 because everything worked. The editing, the interviews, everything was well put together. There was a nice flow to it. I just think it worked. If you get a chance to see it in the movie theaters, or if you have to wait and see it on DVD or rent it on iTunes or wherever you see your movies, I would highly, highly, highly recommend seeing it. It's very good, very powerful, very uplifting, and good message overall. Alright, well, looking at my watch, it looks like we're about out of time. So please, until next week, take care, be safe, and goodbye everyone. Have a great weekend. I'll see you right back here next week.